And just as the GDPR has yielded changes in the US, for example, IT's made data portability a reality across social networks, freeing you to take your data to a competing service. The effects of these copyright changes will probably spill over across the Atlantic. And if you use a search engine like Google to find news stories, or enjoy seeing the creative work people share online, you may not like those results. In fewer words, it could wreck the internet. Article 11, Protection of Press Publications concerning online uses, essentially invites publishers to stop search engines, principally Google, Goog, Google, but also Newspulse, owned by Newspulse Finance's parent firm Verizon, from showing excerpts of a story in search results unless they pay for the privilege. How much of an excerpt? Earlier drafts let publications deny any search engine snippet use, but a May 25 text says individual EU states can decide what's insubstantial and unworthy of protection. There is no positive example for how the ancillary copyright might help anyone but copyright lawyers, summed up Matthias Schindler, a spokesman for J. Julia Reda, a European Parliament representative of the Pirate Party of Germany who has long opposed the copyright revision proposal. No, that's not how this works. Dear EU publishers, search sites show links that, when clicked, take readers to your sites. If you make no money off that visit, that's not Google's fault. Without that help, readers have to go to individual sites and use their own search tools, which routinely fail to work as well as Google. That's a recipe to make readers less informed. Meanwhile, if publishers really do resent Google, Microsoft, MSFT, or DuckDuckGo pointing readers to their work, they can right now edit a standard text file on their sites to block search sites. Article 13 of the proposed directive may not seem as objectively foolish but poses a lot more danger. It would demand that sites hosting things people share, words, pictures, music, movies, take affirmative steps to prevent the unauthorized sharing of copyrighted material. This change would reverse the current regime in Europe, also that of the US, in which a site has to take down copyrighted material once the right shoulder reports a violation. Without that more permissive system, the entire category of social media would have died a litigious death early on. Earlier drafts specified content filtering systems like YouTube's Content ID, which automatically looks for matches to content that copyright holders have provided upfront to Google for identification purposes, then lets rights holders decide whether to have Google delete the offending upload or send it a share of ad revenue generated from it. The latest proposals are much more vague about remedies. It's not an obligation on services to bring in anything new, Felon said, and allow exemptions for smaller sites that wouldn't have a YouTube's resources to deploy content recognizing software that can fail miserably in practice. But the logic still points the same way. Either a social site gets a license from rights holders covering user uploads of their content, it actively prevents offending uploads, or it gets a hot date in court. And automated filters remain dumb about recognizing memes, parodies, and remixes, all reuses of copyrighted material that the law has traditionally safeguarded. So if the full European Parliament votes to move this monstrosity forward, don't be surprised when its waves wash up on the East Coast. More from Rob. Email rob@, follow him on Twitter at @RobGuerrero.